Hi, this is Rabbi Fleschel giving you something special on Animal Torah. This week's Torah portion, Abraham has the pleasure of having 3 guests come to his tent, and straight away he gives them food. But what is surprising is that he gives them both meat and milk together. How could Abraham give them meat and milk together when it's a prohibition in the Torah? So one of the answers given is that Abraham gives the guests milk first, and then they eat meat afterwards, which is allowed in the Torah. But what is the prohibition of eating meat and milk, and why do we not do so? So the Torah says you're not allowed to cook a kid in its mother's milk. Reason number 1 for this is that the Rambam brings down that this was a practice of idol worshippers, and we want to distance ourselves from that behavior. Number 2 is this is an act of cruelty. Cooking a kid in the exact substance that gave it life is an act of cruelty. And we want to distance ourselves from this behavior too. And the third reason is both meat and milk represent 2 separate entities. Meat represents death, which is the finite. Milk represents life and the infinite, what we're supposed to connect to on a higher level. We don't want to mix those 2 variables together. We want to focus on what we really are created for, which is connection. And we don't want to get confused by the variable of that we just about our body and we're just living for the sake of living. Meat and milk is a very important mitzvah. And even though that these are fantastic and amazing reasons, maybe the one reason is that sometimes we don't understand it completely, but that God told us to do so. And the reason why he did so is that it gives us a sense of spirituality. And sometimes we keep commandments just because God said so. There aren't many like that, but they're a very powerful way of showing our commitment to God. This is Rabbi Fleschel giving you something special on Animal Torah.